What happens when you try to control things that you can't control? I'm Jamie Kowalski, and I teach people how to use everyday tools for addiction recovery so that they can get and keep their life together. I use these methods myself all the time in order to keep my own freedom from alcohol addiction, and they'll work for your recovery too. So if you're anything like me, you might have a habit of trying to control things beyond your control. That can be circumstances in life, it can be other people, but one of the most challenging things to control that I've slowly realized I need to let go of is controlling my thoughts. This question came up in a meditation class that I taught last night. How do you control your thoughts during meditation? And the short answer is, you can't. You don't. We can actually spend a lot of time and energy trying to do that, trying to make the mind a blank slate, or expending energy and attention getting frustrated. I get judgmental with myself sometimes when thoughts roll in. It's like, I'm trying to have a clear, calm mind, and I keep thinking about that thing that happened in the past, and what if I'd made a different decision, then that wouldn't have happened, and then so this wouldn't have happened, and maybe I wouldn't have gone full-blown alcoholic, and life would be different, and suddenly I'm off down that rabbit hole, spending seconds and sometimes even minutes, and then realizing, wait a minute, I'm meditating. Meditation doesn't mean sitting there thinking. It means doing our best to find this state of serenity, to create it, right? These small moments of serenity just don't fall from the sky. We have to create them. And one of the things that interrupts my serenity during meditation is jumping on this thought train. It can be either in the past or it can be in the future where my mind goes. But either way, it takes me away from the present. I might be thinking about something that happened yesterday, or what I'm having for lunch, or plans for tomorrow, or what's going to happen next year. But regardless, I'm getting better and better at slowly realizing, okay, I'm thinking again. It's time to rein that in. It's time to intercept that. Not to beat myself up for it. You don't have to, think that you're failing in meditation if your mind is chattering, because that's what brains do for a lot of reasons, both helpful and healthy sometimes, and not so, and other times the brain does what it does with its thinking stuff. But it's just one aspect of who you and I are as human beings. It's just one aspect of our spiritual experience, this chatter in the head. And by spiritual experience, there's a broad definition with that. It means different things to different people. I'm not talking religion, I'm talking our inner connection, our guidance, our intuition, the things that I and hopefully you tap into in meditation. And meditation practice doesn't have to be a big, long time. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes or 20, even 5 minutes. It doesn't even have to be 5 minutes. It can be 30 seconds. It can be standing, sitting, lying down. It can be a moment at a stop sign. Put your hand on your belly. Really let the breath come in and out of your gut. Feel what it's like to breathe deeply and fully, and invite in this serenity. And when the mind starts chattering away, we don't have to chase it down the rabbit hole. We don't have to grasp that thought by the tail and go off and running with it. It's difficult to control the thoughts. We can't do it. What we can do is notice that they're happening without judgment, without expectation that the thoughts will stop. But instead we train ourselves and get better and better at being in the habit of observing, okay, that's my mind going off. It's something that I can't control. And of course, in recovery, we learn that the things that we can control, we need to stop trying to control. That causes a lot of self-induced suffering. I don't know about you, it certainly does for me, it has over time. And so I can't control my thoughts. But what I can control is my response to them. Okay, and that means watching it happen, slowly moving my attention back to the breath, gently, with self-nurturing. And when the thoughts happen again, do the same thing over and over, slowly retraining the mind to come back into balance. And that's what we do with meditation, with yoga, qigong, nutrition, practical food choices, mindfulness, all of the things that I teach that I call everyday tools for addiction recovery. I'm hoping that you learn to use them in balance like I have, growing balance in all of these areas in our addiction recovery. And so that's why I call my education enterprise here Growing Balance. If you'd like more information, head on over to growingbalance.com. Offer me your email address, and I'd love to include you in my community. You'll get a little publication on 3 proven tools for addiction recovery and ongoing free information. I don't pummel you with information. I like to keep it easy and approachable. and very, very practical. I'm also on Facebook. If you search Growing Balance in Facebook, or it's just facebook.com/growingbalance, I would love it if you'd like my page, follow my page, and there's a whole bunch more information up there, instructional videos and articles and motivations and other things to help you on your addiction recovery path. Continuing forward. And that's what I'm here to do, to share with you some things that I've learned so that we can continue on this journey together, one day at a time. So I look forward to seeing you in my community. Until next time, keep breathing and be well. Stop trying to control your thoughts. Enjoy today.